Hi, so what's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. I took a trade on EU and GU. You guys know how my videos are basically, understand? I will take a trade, and if it's a win or a loss, I would also want to share with you guys. I would definitely want to share with you guys so that you people can be learning from my wins and also from my losses, basically, understand? You learn from the mistakes that I'm making so that you hopefully, it's not avoidable, but so that you hopefully do not encounter such mistake whenever you are trading. So I took a trade on EU. As you can see, this trade hasn't gotten to TP. But here's the funny thing. On GU that I called this trade, same sell setup on GU that I called. This trade has gone to TP. I just checked this morning and I'm coming to see that this trade has gone, load up, yeah. This trade has gone to TP. And I might be closing my sell setup on EU. If you understand market correlation, you will know why I'm choosing to close my sell setup on EU. It's simply because GU has already shown aggressive sell and market correlation with what it's saying, with what it means, coming with these two pairs that are moving in almost in the same direction. You want to understand that maybe the selling pressure for, because if you can look very well, we are in the buying market. We are in the buying market. You understand that the market has shown willingness to go up. I'm not saying forever. This might be the sign of the selling market. I don't know. But GU has shown interest going lower than EU. So this might be the whole pullback that EU might need in order for EU to start going up. Basically, I will talk about market correlation, understand? It's very simple to understand. So I called this trade on GU. I also called this trade on EU. And like I said, it's still lacking behind. I'm having EU is still lacking behind, you understand? EU is still lacking behind. Look at what I'm talking about. So on G, we're already at 1 is to 4. On E, we're at, what's this? 1 is to, we're able to hit 1 is to 2.18. So at least 1 is to 2 has come. I'm already at break even on this trade. I'm looking to close it. I'm looking to close it the way it is. You understand? I'm just looking to close it the way it is. If after this video, I think I'll be closing it. And just so because I don't usually trade on Mondays, I usually just observe the market most times on Mondays. Understand? That's what I normally do on Mondays. So I also called the trade on gold, and on gold, exactly. So on gold, I was able to get in because of what the market did. The market did not really give me my entry on gold, and reason being that the volatility that came into the market at the time I was looking out for my entry was too much. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It was just too much for gold. So what I was waiting for was sweep of that liquidity, trade into this imbalance, and then sell off. That was what I marked out. But this is exactly what happened, right? And the market did sweep the liquidity, came into the imbalance. And the signal I was waiting for is what I'll be sharing with you guys today was for a candle to break below. It's still the same thing as market shift or what's it called, change of character, whichever. I was just waiting for a change of character with the candlestick closing below the previous candle, which at the time I didn't know this would be the last candle. Maybe there would have been two or three more candles before this move. I don't know. Like I said, I can't tell you if there's going to be in my case, a black or a green candle. But all I was waiting for was just that shift to know that, okay, I'm selling or I'm buying. And then the market just gave me this very big move. There was no way I could get in. There was absolutely no way I could get in. No way. There was no chance for me to get in. And so I missed the move, which is ideally it's not a bad thing. You understand me? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes we get lucky to come into a trade. Sometimes we don't get lucky, and that's just how forex trading is for you. You move on to the next trade. You understand? You don't get stuck with one trade. You move on to the next trade. So basically that's it. You understand me? I think yeah, like I said, I'll be closing this trade on EU because GU has already shown willingness to give us the pullback. So EU might just copy what GU did and then push fire. Market correlation. I'm not the one who invented it. So my purpose of making this video today is to share with you guys what I saw before coming into this trade. I want to take you to the platform where I do my back testing, and then I will walk you guys through everything I did in order for me to ensure that this trade was a success. Hopefully, you understand, was a success. So let's move over. And yeah, this is the platform I'm using. This is the platform I'm using to place my trades. Let me delete this. I was also analyzing here as well. Let me just take this off. These are all the same thing I did. But let me take this off. So this is on EU, you understand me? This is on EU. Yes, and I did my analysis on EU, went to GU, wait for the same setup to occur. I also did an analysis on GU as well. I'm not saying if I do an analysis on EU, I won't do on GU. No, but like I said, market correlation is helping me work less. You understand me? It's helping me work less. Let me just put it that way. It's helping me work less. So on EU rather, I made my decision here. Went to GU, didn't stress much. Made my decision and then just wait for an entry. Understand me? So on the daily time frame, I can clearly see that we're selling. Now, this is arguable, you understand me, because people will be saying, no, can't you see that the market is failing to break below lows and all the rest? I understand. But there's a way I call my daily buyers, you understand me? There's a way I call my daily buyers that has been favorable to me, that has given me the most amount of wins, you understand me? I've been in this system for a very long time, and not up until recently, I start making, some reasonable amount of wins. So I'm not changing my pattern. There's a way I trade. And from what I can see, we are definitely selling. Price, all this is just a pullback. Where is this price pulling back to? I don't know. You understand me? Some people may want to bring out their Fibonacci, do the fib replacement stuff and all the rest, and which of course I do. I'm not kicking against it. Everything online you see works. You understand me? Necessarily not everything, but most things you see online they work. It's just you understanding the numbers. Financially is a numbers game. It's you understanding the numbers. Understanding if I'm having a 1:2 risk to reward ratio, um, and I'm winning below 20%. Is this a win for me or a loss? If I'm having a 1:5 risk to reward ratio and I'm winning above 60%, is this a win or a loss for me? All that I will discuss in later videos to come. But what I'm saying is that we happen to have a sell setup happening here. So let me just mark it out like I usually do. So we have this day, I'll mark the previous day, then I'll mark the day ahead. This is how I trade. Good. So now that we've marked all of this setup, what I want to do next is now go over to the lower time frame, which is my 4 hour time frame. What I'm doing is what we call the top down analysis. I start from a higher time frame of my choosing to the lower time frame of my choosing. It's my choice. You understand me? So from the higher time frame, what we can see is that price has definitely okay. And in fact, let me use the replay tool. Let me use the replay tool so we can. Oh, what is this? No, 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 no. I want to use the replay tool. Good. Let me use the replay tool up until this point. Let me just start from here. Let me just start from here. Good. So this is the 4 hour time frame, and I don't really call much on the 4 hour time frame. Understand me? I don't really call much on the 4 hour time frame. So what I did was on the daily time frame, right? What I did was on the daily time frame, I was able to spot this. I was able to spot this order block. I was able to spot this order block. And why is it significant to me is because price has been showing, you know, less strength going above this order block. So I was able to call this order block as a point where price will definitely want to turn from. You understand me? I've been able to point this out on the daily time frame. Coming down to the 4 hour time frame, on the 4 hour time frame, what I do is I just look for zones that are significant. I just look for zones that are significant. And I'm not stressing it. Yeah, I'm not trying to pick liquidity or trying to pick tops and bottom. I just read the market structure, look for zones that are significant, and then try to hold on to them. And as you can see, after we pushed this high, swept, came back, push, we have been failing to close above this high. We have been failing to close above this high. So there's a lot of selling pressure coming to the market. There's a whole lot of selling pressure coming to the market. So since I'm expecting price to sell from here, everything that is happening now is none of my business. I'm not interested in buying here. I am not interested in buying here. Understand? So what happened was on that day, price. Let me move over. Good. So the moment I saw price came into this zone, I went down to my 1 hour time frame. I went down to my 1 hour time frame. All I was waiting for was just that shift. And that shift happened here. That shift happened here. This was the 1 hour shift. Now, how do I really trade? Sorry, that shift happened here. This was the candle. This was the shift. Now, how do I really trade? The way I trade is this. If price has gotten to my zone that I picked from the 4 hour, the 1 hour, I mean from the daily, the 4 hour, or sometimes even the 1 hour, you understand? When price has gotten to my zone, what I do is I come over to the 1 hour time frame and I wait for an opposing and I wait for a candle to close above or below the previous candle. So say I'm buying, or let me just use this case which I'm selling. Say I'm selling. Since I know that price has swept liquidity, which I spot on the 1 hour time frame, right? Since I spot this on the 1 hour time frame that I'm expecting price to clear all of this liquidity here, all of this liquidity, price should just come and clear them. Everybody who are looking to go short and have kept their stop losses just above here, price should just clear them. And then what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for a shift in structure. That's all I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for a shift in structure. And then I happen to get that shift in structure right here. This was where I got the shift in structure. So the moment I saw this, seeing how this candle wasn't too big, I just happened to take my entry from the 1 hour time frame. Ideally, I would want to go to the what's it called? I want to go to the 15-minute time frame to look for my entry. But since price has closed below this, I kept my entry here, right? And then for the TP, like you guys saw on Trading View, I was basically targeting a 1:4. That's what this what's it called? That's what this strategy usually gives me. A 1:4. Comfortably gives me a 1:4 almost all the time. 1:4 is my go-to with this strategy. So this is how I trade basically. You understand me? So what did I do? I went to the daily time frame. I I spotted a key level that I'm interested in. I'm not saying it is the holy key level. I'm not saying it is the best key level. All I'm saying is I'm willing to risk my money from this level. If market should give me an opportunity to want to go into a trade, I'm comfortably going into a trade from this level. So all I had to do was to come down and then build up confluences. Confluences are like I'm building up a story pattern that would allow me to justify the reasons for going into a trade. You understand me? That's basically what confluences are. So I'm putting one and two together. I'm putting three and four together. I'm mixing it up. I'm mixing it up. I'm putting it in such a way whereby I know that when I'm executing this trade, it will definitely make sense for me. You understand me? That is exactly what I'm doing. That's all I did. I did not. There was no like stress. As you can see, there was no stress to it. What I did was I came over here to the daily time frame, right? I came over here. I spotted this level. I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable taking a sell from this level, even though I'm seeing price, disturbing that level, which is not really a good thing to an extent. It's not really a good thing, but since it's an order block, it's if it was a fair value gap and I see price, disturbing it like this, I might be thinking it twice because I just want to see a quick reaction. I don't want to see price feel a void, feel a void, feel a void. That's a sign of that gives me a sign of like the void is not really that strong. But if I see price as an order block holding price like this, it makes sense for me based on what I've back tested. You understand me? I took this information, I noticed it, and then I started back testing it. You understand me? That's how you learn. So I marked out this zone, came down to the 4 hour time frame. This was the zone. It made sense. Seeing how price has held made sense. Went down to on the 4 hour time frame is even obvious. The liquidity zone is even obvious. You understand me? It's all obvious. But I went down to the 1 hour time frame and sometimes also to the 15 minutes. But since it's obvious on the 1 hour, I just decided to pick my liquidity zone from the 1 hour because it's obvious. You understand me? Then simply just I waited for the 1 hour candle to shift bearish, which happened on this candle for me. You can see how this candle swept liquidity. This one came close below. This is the market shifting bearish for me. When the candle close above or below, for me that's a significant. Um, that's for me that's significant. Let me just put it that way. For me that's significant because the market has shown willingness to want to shift. Just go and backtest it, and that's how I read my daily bias. I read my daily bias by understanding that okay, this market has closed below the previous candle. It's not that I'm saying that the market will start selling all the way down. What I'm saying is this market is now showing interest to want to go down. If you just take this information that I've given to you now and backtest it, you will understand that what I'm saying is so obvious to the eye, just that most people are missing it. And that's why they are struggling reading daily buyers. That's why they are all struggling reading daily buyers. So I waited for this shift to happen, and then I just placed the sell. And obviously, as you can see, the market ended up selling, but not to the way we want. The market ended up selling, and this is where the market is right now. This is on EU. You understand me? This is on EU. So if you ask me, I would say this is a very good trade. Although, like I said, if we should go over to GU, if we should go over to GU, I don't know why this is not working. But if we should go over to GU, you can see how the market has already done almost all the work for us. You can see how the market has already done almost all the work for us that we had to do on EU. You understand me? So that's just basically how I trade. I hope this video was helpful. I want you guys to take the information from this video, backtest it. Understand me? I'll be breaking it down. I'll be breaking it down as time goes on. You people just get to understand my system, get to know how I trade. It is very simple. It is one of the simplest systems out there. I'll be breaking it down. There's a lot to unpack from my years of writing, studying, just like that, making research. There's a lot of information that I really want to share with you guys on this platform. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.